We're going to go over a few topics before we do our blessing. You're so welcome. Thank you, Holy One, for being in this space. Thank you, Doreen. And I want to talk about the energies. I want to talk about you, and I want to talk about us. I want you to listen to me with your heart, if you can. That's a new one for most of us, yes, because the mind wants to put its 2 cents in all along the way. But I really need you to hear me with your heart. Why? Because I need you to drop all preconceived ideas, lenses, perceptions, interpretation points, belief structures, and I need you to hear me from your sovereignty. I need you to hear me from your I am. Yes, that glorious space of you that is your divine source point. And that source point of you is experiencing itself through your vessel, your life, this version you are, the face you see in the mirror, the friends that you have, the family you are. Your source point is experiencing itself in all these ways that make up you. Now, your source point is already so vast. Therefore, you are already so vast. Most of you are eons old. Have you ever contemplated that before, given that a thought? To be eons old? I was told I was by a being once when I was in a very interesting and beautiful experiential space in my origination of awakening in this life. I was told that, and a lot of other things were told to me very, very quickly. It was like every question I had ever asked was being answered very, very fast. But that one stuck out. That one stuck out to me. And when I woke up, I wasn't really asleep, but I was traveling. And when I came back into the physical focus, I wrote down as much as I could, as fast as I could. And that one stuck out. Eons old. Eons of lifetimes, of experiences, of soul spaces, of energy. And when you allow yourself to move into this higher space of being you, for lack of better words, functioning from the allowance, and you are the only one who can give this allowance, functioning, living from the allowance of your wisdoms over the eons, your abilities, your gifts, your remembrances, your truths. You are the only one who can allow it into this now, because you are the only one that can allow you. There's no separation, disconnection, compartmentalization. There really isn't. That's an illusion. And that's the dream we're all waking up from. That somehow we aren't these divine, ancient beings. We're waking up, because it's quite fascinating, but makes crystal clear sense to me now. So I hope it conveys that way to you as well. It's a focus point interpretation. That's all that this is that I'm trying to share with you here. And it's a very powerful understanding, a focus point interpretation. What does that mean? It means that whatever the focus is of the consciousness is the space that it will key into and experience. And in human terms, in human life's soul spaces, the focus has been trained, it's been guided to keep it very outside of the being, very away from, if you will, the eons and eons and eons of you. It's been trained almost as if to be shiny in front of us, this deterring or means in which this compartmentalization has been put into play. So it's like, look over here, And the minute you start to look away from that, what you are being called to in the physicality spaces of humanness. I know these are weird words, right? But let's just go with it. Remember, listen with your heart. The more that you start to key into the inner knowing of you beyond the human, doesn't mean you're not the human, doesn't mean the human isn't worthy and rare and precious and glorious, but it means you're the human and more. And when you start to look back into the self and allow that expansion space, sometimes more than not, the outer look over here can get louder. And there's various reasons for why it can get louder. Some of you understand me right away, but let's look at this for just a minute. When you start to look within, the whole know thyself, and you start to allow thyself, implement your life from those understandings that you're starting to get, in various ways, the energies can start moving. Some ways, it's just you giving yourself the opportunity to clarify what you really want, who you really are. And you just allow an opportunity and an experience that's an echoed vibration of where you've been and who you've been to allow that to unfold in your path. And then you have the opportunity to clarify if that's who you are, or if you are moving into a new space of you. And your response, your reaction is how you clarify. All right. That's one thing that can happen. And then there's these other spaces where relationships change, jobs change, locations of living change. All these things are energy. So if you're changing, all these spaces of you are going to recalibrate themselves to match you in the space you have now become. What I would love for you to take away from this space more than anything else is to be able to see yourself a little bit deeper than you did when you came into the call. I'd like you to be able to feel into, and we're going to have the energy activation space as well. So that's going to be really beautiful. But I'd like you to be able to feel into your vibration of consciousness. I'd like you to be able to feel into the frequency of you outside of form. Wow, what are all these words? What trippy kind of thing is this? It's so interesting, really, right? It's so interesting, but you are these spaces. This is being the new human on a whole new level. Yes, this class is another level. This class, these teachings, these understandings are you and what you're ready for. You designed it. You being in this space or watching this video, however you're catching this, you set this up. Nobody outside of you did it. You did it. So why do I need you to tap into and understand and allow the energies, the vibrations, the frequencies that are you? Because that is your information. That is your information. And that information is energy. And the more you begin to understand yourself in these spaces of you, the more you can begin to be the grand manifester, the grand observer, and the true sovereign one that you are. This is the way the mountains move. This is the way the mountains move, as in you understanding who you are and having faith in that space, not in anything outside of you, but in you. And allowing that to expand in whatever way is most beneficial for you. So when I say to somebody, trust yourself, for many of you, you've heard that for years now with me, trust yourself. I do mean your now version who is looking in the mirror. Yes, the one you see in the mirror. I do mean that. But when I say yourself, I mean every self you are. That's something that I don't think I'm clear enough on. And God bless every single goddess, bless, yes, whatever your spiritual connotations are, every single one of you, blessings upon you for hanging in there and really trusting yourselves. Because I know I don't always give entirely detailed information. Some of the things I say, I speak as if you're in my head and you're in my heart and you know what I'm saying. But I also believe that I convey it in my energy. And I believe that even many things that are spoken with my mouth are registered with your heart. So when I say trust yourself, lean in and allow, it is to the self that is the all. It is to the self, the you that is the all. It is the you that you see in the mirror, and it is the you that is eons old. It is the you that will leave this format and will transition into another, and into another, and into another, and into another. That's who I want you to trust. And in essence, I'm asking you to, if for many of you, this will help your mind, I'm asking you to trust God or Goddess or that which is your spiritual team, because in essence, that is the spaces of you that you also are. You are inhabiting a format to expand yourself, but that is all of yourselves. This is another big one. People think I mean their now life. They think I mean heal their anxiety or stop their depression or heal their physical ailment or open their spiritual gifts. And that'll happen. Absolutely, that will happen. But it is beyond the now version that I am asking you to allow yourself to really connect with. You will walk differently. You will talk differently. You will hold your body differently. You may even change your tone, your accent. Look what happened to me. It's trippy, but I don't judge it. I don't want, why would I judge anything that feels incredible and beautiful and loving and divine? I would allow. The energy is so high right now, Holy Ones. Thank you for allowing. Thank you for listening with your hearts. And thank you for leaning into this space. There is so much happening beyond the self-expansion. I always have to add this in because it is very important for understanding. When you hear me and you anchor it at whatever level you're able to anchor it, some of you, it's really big. You got it. You're like running down the road with it like a flag in the air. I know who I am. And some of you are like, okay, kind of. I think I'm on the right path. And then some are like, I'm going to watch this video again because this chick, whoa. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because every level of anchoring we need. Because you're connected with a space of the collective energetically through the consciousness. So the space that says, I'm going to have to watch this again, is facilitating an anchoring of alignment for the space of the collective in which that is. And the space that's running down the road with the flag, again, same concept. It's all energetic alignments. So every space matters. Every space is needed. Every space is valuable. Do not judge your space. Be your space with the biggest smile upon your heart, pride within yourself. It is not a bad thing to have pride in oneself when it comes from love of what one has done and what one does. Yes, yarasoko ane. All right, now, so you are not only shifting your entire self now line, but by allowing you in the now line, running your wholeness, your vastness, your eons oldness. I'm trying to think of all the ways I can say this. You are not only shifting you, but you are also shifting the planet and the collective you are a part of in this now. You are in other parts right now as well, but that's another class. The multidimensional you, the multiverse you, we can do that another day. Let's just stay focused on our lines because this is an important foundational space, all right? So as you are experiencing anchoring this for yourself, it is inevitable you are anchoring it for your collective. But that is one of the real big reasons for you, my divine one in this now, and for me. All of the reasons matter. But you are ground crew. You are front wave. You are the second coming. You are chosen ones. And not to be said to fill your head with some type of hype, or become some type of group that thinks we're better than others. That is not who we are. And every one of you know this. So I know I do not need to go down that road too far. But we are doing this, being this, anchoring this because of love. Because we feel what love is. We feel what freedom is. We feel what abundance is. We feel what being heard is, being seen is, having a connective point is. And we would not keep this from anyone. It is like someone being thirsty and you having a glass of water. You would give them a drink. And that is what you are doing when you are being you and allowing, and you are leaning in and trusting yourself and dropping old lenses and old programs and old mindsets and old belief structures and allowing the ever expanding glorious you. You are giving the drink of that freedom and that love to the energetic alignment you hold within the collective by being it. That's pretty powerful. So anyone ever having a space of a day in which they feel like they didn't do anything or enough, maybe you could lean into that thought for a moment and you could remember who you are. And you could allow. Yes? All right, now. So I need you to know that when I say your vibration, that is the way in which the universal field, which you are the universal field, but you have an individualized space of the universal field in which you are perceiving and interpreting everything from. All right. When I say vibration, it is the individualized vibrational space of you that I'm talking about. That is a space within the field. Your frequency and your vibration are in direct connection with the way in which you experience your experiences. If there's fear, the vibration of fear is there. And it's not a bad thing. Fear is not ugly and big and bad. Fear is your best friend. It'll tell you exactly what you need to look at. It'll tell you exactly where you could be free. Do I want it to hang around forever? No, I'd like to get my wisdom quickly, please. I did fear for 40 some years of my life. Now I live in peace. Fear come up just a little here and there? Absolutely. In different spaces? Yes. But the difference is my interpretation, due to my conscious level, is very different. I read the energy differently than I read it basically even yesterday, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's always different because it's always you coming in at a different level of you. But the vibration and the frequency, they're how you connect in with the other spaces of you that already are the field. There's no disconnect here. That information is your consciousness. So when you say, I want to expand my consciousness, it just means you want to understand more of who you are. And you want to implement your life from that higher knowing or that opened knowing or that expanded knowing. And by implementing from that expanded knowing, you have different experiences. And then those experiences add to your information, right? Everybody with me? Somebody with me? Head shake, thumbs up. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. All right. Now, so expanding consciousness is expanding information. Thank you. Expanding consciousness is expanding information, and it is the way in which you understand you and all that is around you. And it is the way in which you move into more unity consciousness and understanding yourself in the other spaces, which is really big and beautiful, especially if you're ever having a weird moment where somebody doesn't see things the way you do, but you can see yourself in them. Wow, right? That's big. And you can gauge the perception not only that you're holding, because you can at any given moment say, wow, I'm feeling a bit of anger or anxiety or joy, whatever you're feeling. And you can lean in and you can register why. See, you've left, most of you, if not all of you, have left the space in which you are dealing so much in the physical. How do I deal with the person if they say this? Some are still experiencing needing those tools, and there's nothing wrong with that. But many of you have ventured into, and I have a ton of videos, 2 to 3 years of videos on this. So if you check out my YouTube channel or my Patreon, you will find years of videos on how to navigate everything from your mother to family gatherings to your husbands, your wives, your partners, your others, your children, all of it, all of it, all of it. But many of you are beyond that physical type of experiential. You have pulled yourself out of the victim or the ego or the being below the experience, and you're now more of the observer than you've ever been. You're more of the eons and eons old than you've ever been. So, you are experiencing the spaces differently because you are coming from a different space of you. I just posted a video and this morning on YouTube for those who are here live. And I talk about how if you're in the parking lot and it's full of cars and you look around, you see the cars, maybe a roof or two, right? But if you leave the parking lot and go into the building and go up to the 4th or 5th floor and then look out the window, it's a very different view because you got yourself out of feeling like all of that was just as big as you. And you remember who you are. You come from your eons and eons of remembrance, of sovereignty, of being consciousness. You are energetic frequency vibration that took on a form. You will never die. You will never die. You will never die. Sokoane. There is such a shift happening on this planet right now in innumerable timelines. And you are how it is happening by you allowing your consciousness to breathe in its remembrance of who it is. That is what is happening. That is what is happening. So thank you so much for allowing. All right, now I want you to repeat after me. And you don't have to say it out loud. If you want to, you can. If you want to write them down and work with it later through the week, whatever works for you. But I want you to allow yourself to actually think and speak and or, whatever. These understandings about yourself, all right? I am vast. I am whole. Yarosukuane. I am light. I am light inhabiting a form. I allow me. So allow yourself to connect with those phrases. You may come up with more on your own. Trust your hearts, lean in, allow. But you are learning and have learned and are living from understanding yourself as the designer. You are the one drawing the grand outlay of your life. No one else is drawing it. Nothing else is drawing it. It's you. And you and I have lived in a space in which there has been an onslaught of programming that is not conducive to this remembrance. All right? Not to judge, because thank you. That space is called the alarm clock going off so we can wake up. So, how glorious, yes? Shift your perception, allow the love, allow the joy, allow the light, allow the reading of the energy to be thank you, that I may wake up, that I may remember, that I get to be this space, that I get to be one of the ones who anchored this light. It is glorious. So when you say these phrases, and Amy wrote in, I embrace my remembrance, beautiful. When you say these phrases, and you should say them, you are owning the designership of you. Every time you say one of these that you choose consciously for your being, you are giving your mind, which is like a central processing unit, you are giving your mind the ability to run that new program. If you are not giving it new programs, but you are pulling out old ones, that's okay. But just remember, the energy will be smoother if you install something to replace what you've uninstalled. It will be smoother. All right. These teachings are even found in many religions and other cultural spaces. They're not said this like scientifically and IT wise. They don't use these words, but they say, like, if you cast out a bad energy, that you should fill the space with love. You should fill the space with light. Do not leave it vacant. But translate that into your thought processes and the energy they hold and how they build your vibration. And they are how you communicate with the rest of you, that is the field, and how that information makes up you. And then think about how, if you've removed any information, you can input and program the new information. And it seems simplistic, and it is. I just need you to think about it. Literally think about it. Imagine your grandness, imagine your consciousness, imagine your being as light, imagine me as light right now. Just pretend. And I say pretend, and a lot of people think that could mean it's not real, but we're pulling that word out of this compartmentalization that people did that to that word: imagination, pretend, envision. All of those words, they say, oh, you just making this up. No, you're tapping into your inner senses that have gifts and abilities, and you're allowing yourself to trust yourself and use them. So for a moment right now, whether camera's on or not, don't change anything, right? But those who are looking at a camera, I want you to see the faces that are here. You can't see, can you? Can you only see me? Okay, let's see if I can switch it for you, if it's okay with everyone. I don't know if I can. Okay, here I can. All right. Can you see everyone that wants to be seen? Is it okay with it? All right. No, you can't? All right. Well, then I'm going to just have to, you're really going to have, oh, you can, Doreen says she can. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Let's do this. All right. So everybody's coming in saying they can. All right. So you can see these. Okay, good. I want you to allow yourself to see these other humans, but I want you to see them as energy. I want you to use your imagination, and I want you to see them and me as vibrating light. Do it right now. See me as vibrating light. If you can't see the other screens, just see me as vibrating light. All right? Now see the space around me. See the drums on the back wall turn into vibrating light, particles, energy, moving. Not form, wave. Wave. All right. Now you allow yourself to see yourself that way, that you are wave. You are light. Maybe you're sparkly gold flecks. Maybe you're lighter, but I've seen some beings that look like that with my physical eyesight. and they have human form, but they look like water, they shimmer, because they're not in a format of a body of a human, they're in a format of a light being. There's many different formats to consciousness. So we're going to go into a little bit of the energy space, all right? I want you to allow yourself this space for the blessing of the energy centers. If you have your oil, you can get your oil. If not, you can just allow yourself to connect in with the understanding. And then we're going to go into the activation. It's only going to take us about 10, 15 minutes tops, all right? So if you have oil, get your oil, place it in your hand. Just allow yourself to put your fingers into the oil. Now, before you start, I want you to take a nice deep breath in, nice and slow, okay? So you're allowing yourself to really be present with the space. Nice deep breath in. Full exhale. You are fully connected to the Earth's energy field, your glorious field. Just allowing the space. Beautiful. Every single one of you anchored. All right, now take your hand up to your forehead and allow yourself to intend this with everything in your being. You direct you. All right, now I open my eye that I may see the truth. Breathe. Beautiful, beautiful. Return to your hand, get some oil, go back now to your throat. Gently, hand on your throat. I open my throat that I may speak the truth. Breathe. Some of you, you're opening up your third eye right now. You're trusting yourself more. All right, now back to your hand and you're going to your heart. Outside, the clothing is fine. Lay the hand on the heart. I open my heart that I may feel the truth. Breathe. Eons and eons coming into remembrance. The presence of your I am that is unshakable, anchoring into your now line. Body dropping, relaxing and letting go as you are feeling the presence of your sovereignty. Feels safe. It feels loving. You feel held, heard, home. Breathe. And just allow, place the hand back in the oil one more time and go up to your crown, please, at the top of your head. Command your energy. I open my crown that I may know the truth. Breathe. Ooh, wings of light opening up in the backs. Just allow, please. Yaukwane hiautoa uai anatea ausuai anakawa yaukokoai. Now just allow this space, please. You may want to close the physical eyes if they're not already closed. Allow the inner sight. I need you to trust yourself and allow, and I need you to trust me. With the physical eyes closed, you're looking into the void. No matter what the mind thinks about the void, I need you to look from the eyes of your heart. Trust yourself. Trust what you sense. Trust what you feel. Trust what you hear. Trust what you see or don't see. There are many ways to look into the void. Allow the space, please. Breathe. Big clearing in the solar plexus, a massive movement of higher consciousness anchoring in, flooding in of colors, turquoise, purple, blue, red. Just allow, please. Just breathe and allow the space. Feet centers opening, hand centers activating. You're anchoring and rooting in the higher understanding of you and the precious understanding, the magnificent and glorious understanding of you from this now version. There's nothing to be discounted about your now. It is everything you need and needed it to be. And you are utilizing it masterfully to embrace you. Allow the space, please. Beautiful. Just allow your breath. You're allowing yourself to trust yourself. Some of you feel my presence near you as if I'm right there in the physical sense. Some of you, you're picking up on scents, not the oil you use, but other scents coming in. Some of you, you're understanding there's a presence or presence, like more than one near you, a guardian, a guide, a past loved one, all of the above. Some of you, you're seeing like the void become almost as if it's like burnt orange. Some of you, it's spurts of colors. They come in and they expand and then they seem to dissolve, and another comes in and expands and dissolves. Some of you are feeling the presence of an animal, a spirit animal, or a knowing, or you just get a thought in your head, owl, or wolf, or raven, or whatever it is. Some of you can feel like someone's got their hand on your chest in the center over your heart. Just allow, Holy One. You are remembering you, and you are unlocking you. You are embracing you as you are allowing you. No attachment, no judgment, just flow. Breathe, Holy One. Breathe and allow the space. You are the designer, and your energy vibration is doing the designing, and your mind and your reactions, your responses, your choices are directing those energies coming from the mind, coming from the heart, coming from the field. You're putting it all in motion. And at any given moment, you can gauge and read if the motion is coming from love or if the motion is coming from a fear. Without judgment, but full neutrality and gratitude to just be able to be that aware and live in a sovereign flow of you being consciousness. Allow yourself to key into the sensation of gratitude right now. For some, it's simplistic and easy, and for others, they might have to recall a space, a memory, an experience in which they felt grateful. But I need you to feel the sensation of gratitude. Maybe it's you're grateful that you found this class. that you're having this moment. You're grateful that this very space is, yes? Just allow gratitude, please. And see what you feel in your body. See what you feel. Is there any sensation you're picking up on? Pay attention to your breath. What is your breath doing as you're sensing and feeling that gratitude coming from this understanding of yourself as consciousness? You're registering your energy, Holy One. You're learning you are energy. You're learning that every single thing around you is energy. And there's a directive at play. And that directive is playing out whether you are aware and present or whether you're being whipped around for the ride. And today you're choosing presence. You're choosing awareness. You're choosing to rise into that alignment of understanding of who you are. The energies on this planet right now, around our earth right now, are extremely helpful, bountiful in energetic amplification of whatever we're feeling, whatever we're keying into, whatever we're allowing. So if you'd like to, before I close this space, if you'd like to be the self-concept that you hold in optimal alignment for yourself, be it. I need you to feel it right now. I need you to feel it, whether it's related to your health, your work, your love life, all of the above, your spiritual awakening, whatever it is. I need you to, with everything in you, imagine, sense, feel, see, emanate, be the energy. Done. Done. Let it flow in your being. Maybe that's joy, maybe that's excitement, maybe that's gratitude, maybe that's love, maybe that's all of the above. How do you interact with others as this space of you? See yourself doing it. How do you create the ways in which you live your life? How do you drive? How do you walk? How do you talk? You wouldn't do it the same way because you're different. Your energy vibration in this optimal alignment is filled with these spaces of remembrance that are in full flow. Be that full flow, Holy One. Be that full flow. Ia sau koa kea, ia na te au toa, puruso koa ia na kaua, ataua haye. Breathe. Allow. Ia sau. Beautifully done. Beautifully done, Holy One. Beautifully done. And just allow yourself to begin to bring your focus back. If you do not want to come back right now, you don't have to. You can just listen to me as we close this space. Stay in as long as you like in the space you're in. Those who want to allow their focus to return to the physical, slowly, slowly, slowly. You are not a separate space. Merely adjusting focus. You are not separate. You are not spiritual in the meditation energy session. And then every day you, with your physical eyes open, you are your wholeness, your vastness in all spaces of you. When you're ready, you would open your physical eyes and you would make notation of your vibration. Any way you want to do it, you make notation of your vibration. My hands feel different. They feel lighter. They feel very healthy and happy. My chest, I feel my chest is more open. These are my things, but I share so you can see what I do, and you can check in with you as well. My room, the light, the color, it seems more vibrant. The air. I know it seems funny, I taste the air, but it tastes different. It really does. It smells different. It feels different. Why? Because it is different. It is different. Why? Because I'm different. Because I'm different. And the spaces of me that existed in the space of me 52 minutes ago will not all be able to exist now. They will, many of them, timelines collapsing, shifting, changing, realigning, recalibrating, and brand new things, brand new people, brand new and exciting spaces of abundance showing up as spaces that just no longer align energetically, move into the next space of themselves. So I love you so much. The fact that I can have these conversations with you is a blessing beyond measure. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for hearing you. Thank you for allowing, and thank you for anchoring in and being this space. Truly, truly, thank you.
We love you.
Unending. I love you too. I love you too. Thank you, Holy One. Unending blessings upon you, Divine Ones. Unending. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the love in the chat. Thank you for the emojis, all of it. Oh, I love you. I'm so loved. Thank you. See, I love my life. I love my life. Look how glorious this is. Yes, how glorious we are. You are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Holy Ones. You have an incredible, beautiful, magnificent now.